as you can tell from the title, I'm picking up my new truck here in Alabama. Going this morning, it was only like 2.5 hour flight. So I'll wait for the Uber to get here, get to the dealership, and finally check this thing out. It's been like 4 or 5 months I've waited for this thing to come in. So I'm stoked to finally see this thing. Let's finally get there and check this thing out. So we are here at Town & Country Ford here in Bessemer, Alabama. I just made a video for their YouTube channel, which I'll leave linked below if you want to check that out. I'm sure theirs will be up before mine. Here is my 37 package Ford Raptor. They got me set up with some new wheels already. They took the stocks off. They got me set up with some KMCs, which are available on their website, which is TCcustoms. I'll leave it linked below in the description. So if you want to get your truck set up with some wheels, a lift kit, or anything custom, they have it on their website. Do a quick little run over on this thing, comparing it to the stock 35 they have over here. It's definitely a lot beefier. Maybe I'll move it over a little bit and get it like side by side, but it definitely stands a lot taller. It just looks like more fitting with the 37s on there in the wheel wells compared to the 35 with more of a gap in there, I think personally. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I think the overall setup looks a little bit better. The true difference from the 37 package to the 35 package, as you can see, obviously sits a lot taller. Wheels are a 0 offset, so they're actually flush with the fender liner, or the fender flare that is, compared to the stocks would have been obviously tucked in a lot more. And I think 0 offset for these things is like the perfect amount where you get a little bit of poke but not too much, like my old Ford where it flares everything on the side of the truck, chips the paint, and is pretty much always dirty. So overall, I think it's the perfect setup. Glad I went with the 37 package because it fits it and looks so much better. Look at the back here, get a little back comparison. I'll run down on the interior quick. I got in the 37 package, you only can get the blue interior, so we got the blue Recaro seats. Seeing these in person, personally, I think they look a lot better than the pictures. It's definitely a lot darker, and even in the videos that I saw on YouTube, it's hard to really tell how it looks in here. But back seat, same as my old Ford, same deal. The blue seats in the back, and then kind of a quick little rundown before I get to the house. This screen in here is huge. It's literally like an iPad in here. I've never seen like a new Ford in person, and now seeing this thing, ridiculous compared to my old one. The old one's like a fraction of this screen. We got the cool little folding down workstation, eating station, I'll probably call it. And we got some fancy carbon fiber around this. Sweet. We'll give a couple, like a sound test once I get back to the house. Sweet in the Baja mode. It's got different exhaust modes that you can click on the steering wheel, which I'll go through. Huge shout out to Mitch here for hooking it up and getting me set up with this thing, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have one, because no other dealership even had an allocation for one near me. That's why I had to fly to Alabama and do this 14-hour drive home. Huge thank you to Town & Country Ford here in Alabama, and TC Customs for getting me set up with the wheels. And I guess we'll get this drive out of the way and get back to New York. Pull up to the front here, pick up my stock wheels. They have a lot of different stuff here. Obviously a few more Raptors. They have some older Raptors, some Broncos. Sweet Bronco over here, already lifted on some wheels and tires. So this is definitely the place to go if you're looking to pick up a new truck, a new Bronco. This Bronco here is pretty cool. I'll show you that really quick. I like that color. It's like a bluish gray. Definitely what I would go with if I was getting a Bronco for sure. This is 10 times better than any Jeep you could buy for sure. So TC Customs, getting this thing dialed in. These Broncos are sweet. I've never actually seen one in person. Cool single door yellow one, and that like chalk gray one, I guess it would be. Not sure the different models of Broncos, but looks a little bit different than this model over here. But regardless, pretty cool. And this thing is sick. I'm so pumped on it. Let's get back to New York, our 14-hour drive home. Fill up with the trip. We got 78 miles left. See how much it takes to how much it costs to top this thing off. Got about 8 hours left on the trip, so we're about at the halfway point pretty much. Put your guesses down below how much you think it's gonna top it off. Gas, 50 bucks. Let me know in the comments what your gas prices are where you live. I'm curious across the board where they're at. It was a little off. We're still going at 70. Like we're gonna stop at 75. I'm not sure if that's the cutoff or if we're actually full or not. Yeah, I was right. So not even topped off. 440 miles the E. Shout out Joey, man. Love that guy. All right, so I finally got this thing home, got that drive out of the way. I just went straight through, did like the 15 hours straight, got home at like 7:30 in the morning, and here we are a few days later, giving you guys a little overview. Not my review, I'll have a later video posted on overall opinion on it, review, kind of maybe a week later after driving it, compared to my old F-150 here, and kind of what I think about this thing not ever owning a Raptor. It's definitely a lot more fun to drive than the normal F-150. It actually, you get a little bit of sound, it's a little bit faster, a little bit smoother, and overall I wouldn't really want anything else in a truck. I know a lot of people are gonna say you should have got a TRX. I'll talk about that in a later video, but it's a Ram. Couldn't really go that way. I already got this thing all tinted up, got the windshield 50%, normal 20 on the sides, and then 20 over the back to be about 5% on the back windows, and then the actual back window here. So that's the same setup I had on my 150. You can still see out of it just fine at night. It's kind of hard to see right here. There's a heavy glare with the camera, but it's not too dark in the windshield. A lot of people say they're hesitant to tint the windshield. 50% so light from the inside. I'll show you quick that you don't even notice it, much as if you don't even have tint on there. And the lights are so bright, you're not gonna have trouble seeing at night. Such a big difference, like I said before, from my normal F-150. The screen is like an iPad, it's huge. Everything in here is pretty much digital. Got the whole like speedometer, RPMs. You can change, like you saw, all the exhaust modes. So you can come in here, press this button, and you'll be able to see. So we can start out on the normal mode, sport mode, Baja mode, which is the loudest, and then super quiet mode. Quiet mode is equivalent to a stock F-150, meaning you can't hear the thing at all. You can adjust the steering wheel stiffness, you can adjust the suspension stiffness. Kind of like my side-by-side, it has the dynamic suspension. Pretty cool. I'm not sure how much off-roading I'm gonna do, but it's cool to have, I guess, if I ever do. I don't really know any spots to even take this thing around here. If you guys have some cool places around you, post them in the comments, and if it's close enough, maybe I'll check it out. I feel like the whole cabin here feels a lot bigger than an old F-150. It feels wider. I don't really know why that is, but it definitely feels a lot bigger in here. Another thing I'm sure a lot of people can agree with me with, I'm glad the whole thing isn't a screen like the Ram. That's kind of why I almost don't like the interior on that, where I like to have physical buttons. I like to have a physical button for like the temperature, for the volume, the adjustments. I like to have some physical buttons and not everything digital where it's kind of laggy sometimes. Like tap for the volume up, tap for the volume down. Personally, I think that's kind of annoying to have it all digital. It's nice that Ford kind of kept some of the controls down here. Back outside here, I think I'm gonna take off the Raptor decals. Let me know your thoughts. I think it's just a little bit too much. I don't like to be super flashy, and I think it's kind of too much in your face. Like, this is a Raptor. If you know, you know. It doesn't have to be on the whole side of the truck. Cool, they put the 37 on the side for the 37 package, and not really sure what these decals are, what these little lines mean. Definitely kind of cool. So if you keep them on, it's kind of paint protection, free PPF, I guess you'd say, on the side here, but I might get it PPF'd anyway, just the front and some of the sides, not some of those rock chips, and keep this thing nice. Let me know if I should keep this on there or take it off. As of right now, I'm leaning more towards taking it off. I'll probably leave just the back 37 sticker right here on. I guess I'll give you a little teaser now of the sound before I make a full like exhaust video on how it sounds with the modes. There's definitely mixed emotions on the sounds. I think it sounds pretty cool for a V6. I know everyone's waiting for the V8 one, but that's probably not going to come out for the next probably 2 years realistically. I'd imagine by the time they get that all figured out. But for a V6, it sounds pretty cool. And then it comes stock like that. You don't have to change anything. Just a click of a button and it can be louder or quieter is pretty cool. I'm not really one to modify exhaust on vehicles. Not to the point where it's obnoxious for me or other people. It's just kind of low key, has a little sound to it. I know everyone's been talking about the 37 package coming with the blue seat. I love them. I think it's different. It's something different than black that I've had with every other vehicle. It's not as vibrant as it comes out on videos. I was hoping buying the 37 package, it'll kind of be better for resale value later down the line when I come to trade this thing in. And the new seats are definitely way more comfortable than the old gen. I think they kind of hold you in better and a little bit softer, and you don't get as uncomfortable in them. It's like the first thing I noticed on the road trip for sure. My back didn't hurt, my butt didn't hurt. Coming down here, thanks to TCcustoms, they got me set up with some KMC wheels as I showed you guys on the stock 37s. Things look a lot better than the stocks, give you a little bit of offset where it's flush with the fender like I said. I have the stock wheels if anybody wants them. They're for sale. Shoot me an offer, send me a DM on Instagram. I don't want to go into too much detail and bore you guys. I'll save that for the review video and future videos. Huge thank thank you to Mitch and Colton over at Town & Country Ford for getting me set up with this thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to get one. They actually filmed the whole video on their channel. If you want to check it out, I'll leave it linked below. And they're also actually giving away a Bronco on their website. I think every $1 spent gives you 1 entry to win a fully customized Bronco. I'll have all the details in the description, and on their website you can see for yourself if you want to get entered to win that thing. Huge thank you to them once again. If you guys are new, make sure you're subscribed. Like the video if you're pumped to see more videos on this thing. I'm gonna make a few videos on it, but if you have any specific ones you want to see, let me know. If you want to see what's going down before the videos come out, you can follow my Instagram at Tyler Monagan. And on that, I will see you guys in the next video.